In 261 BCE, the bloodiest battle in Indian history convinced an emperor to give up violence forever. We know him as Ashoka, the Buddhist. But what if the priests who reached him first weren't Buddhist monks, but Persian firekeepers? What if Ashoka's empire didn't end a holy war? It started one. After the Kalinga War, the real Ashoka turned to the Buddha's teachings of compassion and nonviolence. But Persian Zoroastrian refugees were already drifting into Mauryan territory, fleeing Greek Seleucid rule next door. Picture a different Ashoka, one who, in his grief, bows instead to Ahura Mazda, god of light, and declares fire worship the religion of the state. The shock isn't theological, it's visceral. Zoroastrian purity law treats a corpse as ritually unclean, so bodies aren't burned or buried. They're laid out on stone towers for vultures, a tower of silence. Now drop that practice into a land built around cremation on the Ganges. At court, a new priestly class, the Magi, moves in beside the Brahmins, suddenly competing for the king's ear and his patronage. And Ashoka's famous animal welfare edicts, the bans on sacrifice inspired by Buddhist ahimsa. Zoroastrian ritual still calls for sacred fire offerings, so that ban might never happen at all. Here's the real shift Alexander's heirs caused. Amagus's whole worldview runs on Kivarina, divine glory. A king earns by upholding cosmic order. The Seleucid kings didn't chase that approval. They had their own Greek god-king theater instead. To the Magi, a throne that doesn't even try to earn Ahura Mazda's blessing looks like chaos wearing a crown. And the exit route already existed. Ashoka's real edicts in the northwest were carved in Greek and Aramaic, Persia's own administrative language. Now picture him going further. Land grants and protected. Fire temples for any priest willing to walk east. They land first in Taxila, already a crossroads of Greek, Persian, and Indian life. Now thick with fire temples beside monasteries. The wealthiest refugees push further east, straight into Ashoka's own court. But this isn't a clean win for him. In real history, the Mauryans and Seleucids were close. A peace treaty, rumored royal marriages, a Greek ambassador living right there in Ashoka's capital. Every magus who flees east is a quiet insult to Seleucid legitimacy. Ashoka has to weigh the propaganda of sheltering the faithful against a friendship, skip the wars entirely, and follow the trade routes instead. In real history, Indian merchants carried Hindu and Buddhist culture across the Indian Ocean, seeding temples as far as Cambodia and Java. Angkor Wat itself started life as a Hindu temple. In this timeline, those same ships leave a Zoroastrian India instead, carrying fire altars to Southeast Asian ports alongside silk and spices. No invasion required. No army crossing a single border. Just centuries of monsoon trade quietly carrying Ahura Mazda's flame from Gujarat to Java, planting the faith a continent away from Persia without a single battle. One different conversion, and the religious map of half of Asia gets quietly rewritten, not by conquest. So tell me, in the end, does the lotus spread further than the flame, or does fire quietly outsail it?